I have a chance to get the Kamara twins in the lottery. Please, please,
Ooh.
please.
Oh yeah, where
Please, no.
Wait, where do you do the
So
lottery?
hard to get at the shop.
I'm gonna watch this sucker.
Every time there's a sale, there's a lottery.
Alright.
Oh, it's only when there's a sale.
Only when there's a sale, and you have a chance to get little trinkets for your room. And he was selling a little trinket of the Kamara twins.
I think I'm low on that.
That's apparently one of the rarest ones to show up, and
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I did not get it.
That explains why every time I remember to do the lottery and I go there thinking that's where it is, I don't see it.
Yeah. Yep. Where are my mercenaries?
Oh.
Mercenaries ought to be back now.
Ooh, I got a silver and a steel egg.
I just got a steel egg, but I got a silver egg as a quest reward.
I haven't checked my Cahoots nest in a bit. I'm also excited once I level up to get more locations for my mercenaries to go to, because I've been sending them to the same one constantly. Like, I have like more mushrooms than anyone could possibly want. So how caught up are you on Critical Role, Chris?
Last night I
Lots of
watched...
stuff.
Which one did I watch last night?
With just a steel egg? It looked like there was a golden egg in there.
I believe that I have not watched this Monday's yet.
Okay. So pretty caught up, really.
But pretty caught up, yeah. I'm getting in the habit of getting 3 behind and then watching 3 in a week.
Yeah. Yeah, I just kind of... I watch them kind of randomly, because I used to watch them like when Haley would go home for the night, because I just had a night to watch something that only I care about. But she doesn't go home as much anymore, so I kind of just like watch it sporadically throughout the week while eating lunch and stuff. But it's pretty interesting right now, at least.
Like, I'm
It might
very...
be the end.
Yeah, I'm very, very curious if this is the end of the campaign.
Like, if it's not, it's going to be the sub boss that reveals the final boss.
Yeah.
Is my guess. Because I feel like Matt has a lot more up his sleeve that he probably wants to show.
Mm-hmm.
But they are also very far along.
They're all like level
level-wise,
15.
Yeah. I can't imagine playing a D&D campaign until you're level 15. Like,
Yeah.
in any like video game RPG, that would be like within the first 2 hours, and in D&D it literally takes like 500 sessions.
Okay, well, it's a good thing that I guess that I didn't get the orb, because I still need a ton of fucking claws. I didn't get any on that hunt.
Really? Oh, it's because we capped it.
It's because we capped it.
They're a big carve. Sorry.
I was just entire focused on the orbs.
Okay, what are we doing now? I'm just setting my subquests back up. Did we do any keys?
We
I
didn't
don't
do any
think we
keys.
did,
We should
did
probably do at least one key.
One key?
Well, I mean, like right now, before I do something else, like I should make progress for you.
Oh, I see. Okay. For me personally, because we do need to do 5 of those bad boys.
Yeah.
And I mean, I could always just do the quests on my own. Like, I'm not like looking forward to this Serpent Wind God quest or whatever. I just more or less just want to get it out of the way so I can do more stuff. It's not like the Magnamalo where I'm like, ooh, I really want to do that with the guys, you know?
I mean, I'd like to get some key quests knocked out, so I wouldn't mind.
I was like,
Did you not be-
Jordan, or someone just throw up the Zenogre key quest. Just
Sure.
keep rolling that. I was like, maybe I could make just the Zenogre armor. That stuff's good, but like, you need 10,000 electro fur, and I can't.
Yeah, I have everything I need for that set except the Jasper, which is the rare.
I'm working on that for a bit.
Yeah, I do also need the Jasper.
I also want to do the Anjanath at some point. Focus, Slugger, Marathon Runner, Attack Boost. Man, perfect for me.
It's what's the? Do you remember in the Cowboy Bebop movie, Owen? When the like Moroccan guy gives Spike just like a vase, and like while he's out investigating, and he comes back to the and he's like, "Oh, it's perfect for you." He's like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, you need this vase," and he's like, "What?" And, like, he ends up back at the ship later, and Jet's like, "So, to find anything out? What the hell's that?" And he's like, "A vase that's perfect for me." Very
Yep.
good.
So good. I was rewatching the both fight scenes of Spike versus Vincent and just marveling at the choreography.
Oh yeah, very good.
I was thinking about
early
the
bounce.
opening for that movie, and I don't know why I didn't watch it when it was on my mind.
The opening is also very good.
It's so good.
That's like one of the most iconic anime anything.
It is.
It's just that
And I
opening
love
theme.
that Steve Bloom is rotoscoped in there.
I think it's actually not rotoscoping. I think
It's
I've-
not. Yeah,
yeah.
there was something somewhere. I can't remember. It might have been Sakugaburu or something that was saying that entire opening sequence has no rotoscoping in it.
Just like the one by the sink.
Is that the convenience store? Is that what I'm thinking of?
The convenience store is the opening scene, and then which is what I was talking about, is like one of the most iconic opening scenes. But then like the opening of the film, it's all like hyper realistic animation.
That's just like people on the streets of New York vibing, basically.
Yeah.
What's up?
One of my
Um,
favorite lines from that movie is when they're on the train and Vincent's waxing poetic. He's just like, you're an original, aren't you?
Yeah, I feel like that opening scene has like Tarantino vibes
Mm-hmm.
without being Tarantino, which is
Yeah.
good because I don't really like Tarantino most of the time. It's got like
Yeah.
fun Tarantino wit to it without just like burst of hyper violence out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Like the smug satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't start that art of war crap with me. And you take too long to take a shit.
I'm gonna kill this old lady if you guys don't put down your gun.
Yeah, what is it? I'm gonna splatter grandma.
Yeah.
I should probably watch that movie.
He's like how exasperated he feels. He's like, you take too long to shit. And he's like, I am going to kill this woman.
I know, and he's just like he just pulls the gun on him and he's like, laugh a little more.
What are you laughing about? That's some horrible, like, dumbass villain rationale.
I know.
Well, you know, then it's just like, what makes a
everyone.
stew a stew?
Yeah, everyone
Stew-based.
always
It's
says this. Everyone always
meat.
says this. Yeah.
Mhm.
The meat? Everyone always says that. It's so dumb. I love
Stew-based.
it.
I think I've only ever watched that movie like that time sophomore or junior year. We watched it.
Yeah.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
my god, you need to watch it again.
I do.
The final,
I need to watch
the
Cowboy
final
Bebop
fight
again.
scene,
Yeah.
like just that. If I could watch that clip of Spike just whip kicking Vincent over and over again, I would be a happy man.
That's the one that happens like on top of the like
The fake Eiffel Tower.
Like
Yeah.
Tokyo Tower, kind of. Yeah.
Mhm. where they're both going at it, and Spike just whips out like 9 kicks in a row.
Like, is every fight in that movie just incredibly fucking iconic?
Basically,
Yeah. I mean, it's Bones. It's early Bones choreography. It's
Yeah.
like the first thing Bones ever worked on.
Naruto
Bones
loved it
is
so
like-
much they stole it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
Bones is
everyone
like the
did, right?
absolute.
I mean, plenty.
No,
yeah,
just
there-
Naruto.
Naruto and there was one other scene that
In what?
shoot, I'm trying to remember. It was like it wasn't an anime. It was like an American cartoon that lifted one of the fight sequences.
I love that. There's something even grosser to me about American cartoons just being like, look at this, like
Yeah.
anime, like that. I sent Chris this stupid ass gumball. Have you ever seen the one where they're trying to do like the Cowboy Bebop opening in Gumball?
Yeah.
And like,
Yes, it's awful.
it's so bad, and the jazz is like fake as shit. It's just like miserably bad, and the whole joke is like, get it, Cowboy Bebop.
Which, like,
Yeah,
their
he did
audience
it
is like
terribly.
14-year-olds.
I think that shows like a shocking number of like fans our age.
Mhm.
It's one of those like in-joke kind of things, and it doesn't work at all because it's awful, and it goes on forever.
The joke is that I recognize it.
Cartoons.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tim, it's the Boondocks.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
The Boondocks literally like lifted an actual fight scene from Naruto, and then also
That is 100% on brand for the Boondocks,
yeah, and
which I don't mean necessarily as a bad thing. That's
Right.
just definitely their whole shtick.
I mean,
Yeah.
if
And
they make
then-
it a shtick, then it's not like an inherent bad thing. As just get the reference.
mhm.
The Boondocks is very much like, you know, anime inspired in every way, while
Yeah.
also being like a comedy about like poor black family.
yeah,
A very weird show. Like I've never actually watched the whole thing, but
mhm.
people
Couple
really love that
episodes.
show.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay, so the scene that they lifted is when Spike's fighting Electra with the broom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, also a good fight scene.
Yeah, it's so good. I just love when he's great. He's like brushing the ceiling or like the top of the wall with the broom. Like that's not.
Yeah, with like a push broom.
yeah.
He's like cleaning the wall with a push broom. Like that's inconspicuous somehow.
Right. You got some classy moves for a corporate girl.
Is Spike saying I like the kind of woman who can kick my ass the most well-known line from Cowboy Bebop?
No.
It's the most well-known line from that movie, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would say.
mean, you're gonna carry that weight is probably.
Oh,
And
I
also
guess
Bang.
See You Space
Yeah, that
Cowboy
kind of
is
stuff.
probably...
Someone does say that in one episode, right?
What?
I
you're
think
gonna
someone
carry that
does
weight?
say, "No, see you, space
Doesn't
cowboy."
Cowboy Andy
Oh.
say it?
Yes,
he
it's
does.
Cowboy
He
Andy.
does. See you,
He's the only one who
Cowboy.
says it.
Cowboy
And
Andy.
Spike
That
just
was-
looks on like absolutely incredulous.
The single greatest character of all time.
That
No,
was
no, he's
so
not.
The
close.
single
because
greatest.
the Teddy Bomber also
The
exists.
Teddy Bomber is also fantastic. That's just one of the single greatest episodes of television.
And
for
you,
me.
Yes.
who are you?
That was some punch.
He just concedes defeat after Spike like accidentally knocks over some rocks onto him with a punch.
You are someone that I can never forgive. Like
Own
talking
him
to
for like
about
a
his
day.
dishes. Yeah. He's treating him with the same vitriol he would if he was fighting fish.
Yeah.
Man, Cowboy Bebop is just a good show.
It
Like,
is.
you know,
Turns out.
I haven't been to rewatch Cowboy Bebop. I will say that.
What- Whatever happens is another big quote that is
Yeah.
thrown around a lot.
Perhaps in a bad way.
Yeah.
It just got
It's
two
like-
more Wyvern tears.
The problem with a character like Spike is I love him and no one should be like him because
Yeah.
he is a deeply like mentally disturbed
Yeah,
individual.
he was a
Yeah.
broken
Yeah.
person. That's the point of the show.
Yeah.
Right. everyone's like, I love this mentality of whatever happens, happens. And
It's like, no.
It's like-
It's like
You
this
know
man
he's,
eats lit cigarettes. Don't take advice from him.
right, this
Yeah.
this man is literally suicidal.
Yeah, he is. I would not be surprised if every mission he went into, he was kind of hoping he was gonna die.
That's literally like his character
Yeah.
in the show.
Yeah, like I feel like it's pretty hard to argue.
Oh,
That's
I
why
did the
last
pose in the
episode
air and someone else got bugs instead.
That's why
Stole
the
it from
last
you.
episode is so compelling because Faye is finally like, "Hey, I finally have a family in this weird new time," and then Spike's like, "Yo, I gotta go die."
Yeah, peace out, I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
And she's like, what? Don't. And he's like, I'm gonna.
It's almost like his worldview isn't healthy.
yeah.
Exactly.
Cool, but wow, cool space fights.
That's what the show's about.
Yep.
Wow, jazz.
The show is about jazz, according to everyone.
Yes.
Tim, Bebop is in the name of the show. How can it not be about jazz?
I guess
One
I
of the
should try
most-
me cutting the tail because no one else can.
One of the most iconic egg-eating scenes in anime.
The prairie
One
oyster.
of? No, the
one where,
when
yeah,
they just like eat a shitload of hard-boiled
hard-boiled
eggs because
when after Ed leaves.
they had a bunch of eggs made and they were all gonna eat them, and then like Faye and Ed both leave and they're like they just sadly stuff eggs into their mouth for the end of the episode, which is like it's one of the most strangely sad scenes like in the entire show, and it's like funny. It's
Yeah.
so good.
It is really funny. But it's also, just like very melancholic and like, fuck, man.
It's like their friends just left maybe forever.
Yeah.
One of them definitely left forever. But
Mm-hmm. Good show. 10 out of 10.
You're the first person to ever say that.
Mm-hmm. The very first American person to say that.
Except for the
and I don't
creators
think
of
I told
Gumball.
you. Right. Who decided it would be really funny to make like a retail job into Cowboy Bebop for 5 straight
Yeah.
minutes.
See, like when regular show made fun of Evangelion, it was funny because it was as stupid as it possibly could have been.
It's like the
I
least
just-
surprising thing I've ever heard, but also I never knew that happened.
Yeah.
I just have problems with things that rely so heavily on referential humor, which is like every reference to anime in American media is just like, get it? I've seen this. And it's like,
Mhm.
I get it, and also it's not funny or compelling or good at all.
I think part of the reason
You're
Yu-Gi-Oh!
just
The
like
Bridge
hopping
series...
an entire... What?
I started talking over you.
Oh yeah, right. Like early Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series was all referential
Yeah,
humor,
and,
and
like-
then
Yeah.
Kurimo was just like, this sucks and is bad, and I'm going to develop an actual sense of humor. And
Yeah,
the show got
and
like
he
a billion
made
times
basically
better.
a whole arc about how references aren't jokes.
Yeah.
Right, and he literally like wrote out the Rex, Raptor, and Weevil being
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead because it was so
Yeah.
deeply unfunny,
Mhm.
and literally said like, someone was like, didn't you used to talk like something else? And he was just like, referential humor isn't humor.
Yeah.
Like pretty much straight up.
Yeah, I did enjoy the one episode where like a guy uses Jinzo and its whole effect is just getting rid of internet memes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shit, my whole deck is full of memes.
I call it localization.
Man, I remember that episode. I think it was the last episode I watched.
Yeah, because that was the last one for a long time because of 4Kids.
Yeah. And then he had a whole arc about how 4Kids was ending the show. That Merrick was like a representative of 4Kids.
Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series is just very good.
It is.
And I wish
absolutely
little
great.
Karibo was in a better headspace more often.
I know.
I'm very
I was very.
curious
Oh, go ahead.
to find out if the situation with him producing Watches Yu-Gi-Oh! GX was just a one-off bit with having Yami as a fucking
Oh,
virtual
it's like the
YouTuber.
Hollow Live, like virtual YouTuber.
Yeah.
It's not a. As far as I could tell, it's not a bit. Like he had that commissioned so that he wouldn't have to be on screen
Yeah,
anymore,
which like I
is
can
a little
understand.
unfortunate because I do appreciate it just being him giving his 2 cents perspective and
Mhm.
not in character, but whatever works best.
Yeah, anxiety. I understand.
Yeah.
It's got to be tough to just like be on camera as yourself.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
they did think
Who is
internet
it?
famous just sounds miserable in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what all of them say.
Mhm.
They're probably lying so that only they can be internet famous.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone loves micro celebrities.
Everyone loves parasocial relationships. The relationships where you feel like you're a member of a family that you aren't, and it's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why it is like it's genuinely unfortunate. Like even outside of the dumb, like boomer perception of modern kids, it's genuinely unfortunate that they like a lot of them want to be YouTubers because
Yeah.
that's just what they watch all the time.
Yeah,
and
but also
it
like,
seems like they can do it, and
but also like the number one job for kids is always like whatever the popular public figure is. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but this is like high school age kids or whatever. And the other thing about those surveys is, and which is iterated often, is that kids don't think about labor ever.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because why would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It sucks.
Labor is
So then-
bullshit.
It legitimately sucks, and no one's no first graders like I want to be a chemical
fuck was
engineer because that is valuable to society.
I want to be someone who lays asphalt for a living.
Yeah,
Very interesting to spend like
I want to be an investment banker.
I was gonna say that no one ever was.
yeah. This is like slightly like off tangent from this, but like it's very interesting to spend time with a bunch of like type A go-getters.
Yeah, in school.
Yeah, just because like I think like the idea that like if I ever like just made it clear to like my professors that like I hate doing stuff and everything just kind of sucks, they would like be scandalized, and it's just like this is the thing that most people believe.
Right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like it's a faux pas to say that you don't like. Well, no, it's not a faux pas to say you don't like work, but it is.
Like it is a faux pas. Like if I was just like I like there's just so much of like, oh, like what do you want to do in your career? And it's just like I want to make enough money to survive. But like
Well,
I can't
what
say
I
that
mean is,
because
like, yeah, you
because-
can't say it, but also like every single sitcom, like every joke is about how much you hate your wife and your job.
yeah.
Like everyone talks about hating your job, but you're not allowed to actually talk about it.
Right.
Mhm. I don't know. That's just kind of like, well, you mentioned like kids don't think about labor, and it's just like, yeah, because it sucks, and no one should ever think about labor.
Right.
Yeah, it's yeah, like there was just like a really snide, survey or article about a survey that was like most kids today dream of being a YouTuber instead of
Ugh.
something valuable, and like all the comments were like, children do not dream of labor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they
it's
don't
like
see
most
YouTubing
adults
as
don't
labor.
either.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
also
Oh.
that same mindset of the people who post those articles that are like, why aren't millennials buying diamonds?
Yeah.
Like,
Did you
because
see the
they
one?
Suck.
My favorite one of those is like, do millennials even eat? And someone was just like, no, we're poor.
Yeah.
Right.
They're putting Applebee's out of business because no one wants to eat there.
Because they
It's
all
like
eat
a-
avocado toast because that's
Yeah.
the only
Right.
thing they can
Buy
afford to eat.
avocado toast.
Because avocado toast is somehow seen as like bougie.
Yeah, and it's not in any way
It's like
related.
it
to
is
the
an
fact that-
avocado and bread. Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
I mean,
As a
Tim,
meal.
you have to be pretty fucking bougie to afford a toaster. But also, why don't
That's
millennials own 18 toasters?
Exactly.
Why
aren't
aren't
they
they buying
buying
toasters?
toasters? They're the reason Sears went bankrupt because no one was buying toasters.
Oh my god, I can't wait for like the think piece article in the New York Times that's like, millennials own too many dildos and not enough toasters.
Well, the
I
thing,
need to make a pitch.
You could
the
could
thing about-
actually you could get the New York Times to run that op-ed
Oh,
100% and just rip them off.
maybe on a slightly off day,
On a good day, Tim. I don't respect the New York Times op-ed columns.
The thing about something like toasters is has anyone known about a toaster that has broken? Like, I've never experienced a broken toaster in my life. I have gotten like 3 hand-me-down toasters in my life. Like, no one needs to buy a toaster.
Well,
don't
eventually,
worry.
like the breadcrumbs are gonna pile up into the
Nice.
top, and
There
then
we
then it can't use it anymore.
Don't worry,
Right.
Scott Keegan found a way to destroy a toaster.
Yeah, it's not shocking. Was it with jizz or something?
No, because he has enough
Sorry, never
fuel.
mind.
Toasted jizz,
Sadly,
my
no.
favorite snack.
Tim, he's just trying to find a way to bring to get millennials less interested in dildos and more interested in toasters. Fuckable
He's
toasters.
He's trying to spice up his life. Sticking his dick.
It's either that or as part of a performance of one of his pieces, he had to like shove the entire score into a toaster.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Did Chris and Jordan ever hear about that story?
Oh God, I've never told it because it makes me deeply uncomfortable. So maybe
Yeah, I mean,
maybe it's not worth telling.
no. I mean,
Yeah,
to spare the
too.
details, when I used to live with Scott and my roommate Clint was moving in as he was moving out, and Clint walked in on him jerking off in the middle of our apartment.
Come on.
I know Clint. I feel like I've heard this actually, because it's
Probably.
You might.
Clint
Because-
probably.
You probably could.
yeah, because I knew Clint and I.
It's not that weird. Well, it's very weird, but like you were just, I don't know,
Well-
just the way it's kind of leading up to it sounded more scandalous than like I was just an idiot and was jerking off in the living room.
Here's the thing. It
But
was
also,
at
the toaster
kitchen
was
table.
directly underneath him.
Here's the thing. It was at Owen's kitchen table. Like
Yes.
jerking off at your
Our,
at a kitchen
our
table
old-
that your roommate owns.
our old
Yeah.
Like-
family kitchen table.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not like extremely gross, but it's just like it's normal gross. It's not like super
Right.
weird gross.
It just
Worst case, Chris can just edit it out.
I thought you said noble.
the reason it makes me deeply uncomfortable is because I know Scott very well, and the image
Yeah.
now just will not leave my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know him very well, but like we shared a bunch of classes together, and like
yeah.
I have talked to him.
You've shared a
Part
kitchen
of the
table.
course. Yeah.
He owned our kitchen table from childhood that he masturbated at.
Well, so it was his.
He claimed it.
Oh Jesus! So much worse.
Ugh. Yeah.
All right, hoping for Jaspers here. He's just a weird fucking guy.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
I mean,
It
most
sounds like a weird fucking guy too.
Yeah.
probably most Butler composers are just some of the most maladjusted humans.
Yeah.
that I've
Shelley
ever-
seeks him out.
Not like
He
musicians.
doesn't though. Yeah, Shelley doesn't seek them out. He just accepts them. 'cause he's
They
not
got
sorry.
fucking shit for awards. What the hell?
Yeah, so did I. I got a plate. That's all.
Nothing.
I mean, it is like, I don't know, like a 5% chance or something.
Tim, do you think we should have Chris edit out Scott's name now that I think about it?
I mean, you can. He's never gonna hear it. If you want him to, though, he could definitely. He's bleeped things before.
Yeah, I mean, did you say his last name?
I
He
did.
did.
Last name will get bleeped.
Okay. Just in case, like, I doubt Scott would ever,
Yeah, it's one of those random.
but
No, but
weird,
like-
just in case.
Like, I've bleeped the name of my high school I work at before.
Mhm.
I
Bleeped
think
the name
Duncan
of
said a child's
the literal
a student's name.
the literal first and last name of Duncan's students.
Yeah, because that one felt like it would have
Which
been a felony.
Mhm.
The context of which we absolutely did not need. So I
Yeah.
don't know why I said their full name. But
I did say Jim Rectanus' full name, but
Well, that went in.
Yeah, that one did make it
Yeah.
in, but I feel like that's an exception.
yeah, that one's an exception.
Sorry,
Have you
Jim.
think
Like,
about-
at least with you guys, like if you talk about someone's name, then it's like not like against federal law.
Yeah,
But that doesn't extend to me.
or Duncan.
actually
right,
don't
true.
know
That's
what
not a confidentiality thing.
I actually don't know what Duncan would be because like I'm sure that it does break ethical boundaries and probably like school rules, but like, are there laws against it?
Just talking, like saying a student's name.
Yeah,
Maybe, I don't know.
like obviously there's
Probably,
disciplinary
yeah.
action, but like if I say a
Yeah,
patient's name, then like that's like grounds for like an ethics committee.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, but that's also you have to take an oath specifically to like.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that point, and I'm not saying it isn't like more important. It's just like I wonder like what other protections exist like that.
Yeah, I assume it would be like a heavy rule for like the school board, but not like a federal rule.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would be my assumption as well.
Yeah, have you mentioned whatever her name, Julia, or whatever her name?
Yeah,
Gooch
I had
Watcher?
to. I had another great name, but I had to send him a picture of it because I was convinced he was going to think I've been making it up this whole time.
I feel like this one did get mentioned at some point.
I think
It was,
I sent the picture in the chat.
yeah.
What was the name again?
I sent a message to Tim and I was like, welcome to the place I work at." And it
Yeah.
was like where we have the members with the worst names imaginable, and it was Shannon Gooch.
Yeah, because this is what spawned Gooch Watch. No, Gooch Watcher was
No.
No,
camera
No.
position.
Yes.
that was camera
Oh.
position in Overwatch.
Gooch isn't that weird to me because, as I mentioned before, apparently the main tech guy in Clues Hall is named Gooch, and so every lecture I've like gone back and looked at over the last like year has Gooch.
Yeah,
just
you
stamped
you
at
said
the
this
bottom.
before,
Yeah,
and I was like, oh yeah, I remember people just casually calling a guy Gooch while I was in the art center.
I do not remember this.
I maybe I didn't mention it with you, but yeah. So like all my recorded lectures just have Gooch on them.